Hey everyone, and welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Barclays AAdvantage Aviator Red World Elite Mastercard. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like. That just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Also, if you would like to receive up to $9,000 in free stocks in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then deposit at least 1 penny. At that point, Webull will be sending you at least 3 free stocks worth, once again, all the way up to $9,000. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this card, first off we're going to be discussing how you can earn cash back or points with this card. So you will be earning 2 miles for every dollar spent on eligible American airline purchases, and then on all other transactions you will be earning 1 mile per dollar spent. This is going to be unlimited miles. Doesn't matter how much you spend in a month, you'll be earning 2 miles or 1 mile per dollar spent depending on where you spend them. Now with this card you also have an extremely good opportunity to earn a spend bonus, and it's very easy. Unlike other cards out there where you might have to spend $1,000, perhaps $5,000, perhaps even $10,000 within, let's say, like the first 90 days or something like that. With this card, you just have to make any transaction. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 penny or $10,000. You have to make one single transaction using this credit card within the first 90 days. One purchase within the first 90 days. Once again, it could be as low as 1 penny, and pay the annual fee in full, which is $99. If you do both of those within the first 90 days, you will be receiving 60,000 American Airlines points, which will be worth right around 1.7 cents each. So these 60,000 miles that you will be receiving will be worth right around $1,000 in flights, give or take, with American Airlines. Now with this card, you're also going to be receiving some other perks as well. So just for instance, each anniversary year, you are going to be earning a companion certificate good for 1 guest at $99 plus taxes and fees if you spend at least $20,000 on purchases and your account remains open for 45 days after your anniversary date. Now on top of that, you're also going to be receiving your first check back for free for you and for up to 4 companions traveling with you on the same reservation. This is going to be a value of right around $30 for a domestic flight. And then of course, if you have 4 others flying with you, this would actually be a value of $150. Now on top of that, you're also going to be receiving travel coverage. So you're going to be eligible for travel accident insurance, trip cancellation and interruption coverage. And it's also going to include baggage delay insurance and auto rental collision damage waiver. Now, in addition to that, you're also going to get up to $25 back as statement credits on in-flight Wi-Fi purchases every single anniversary year on American Airlines operated flights. You're also going to be receiving 25% in-flight savings as statement credits on food and beverages when you use this card on American Airlines operated flights. Then you're also going to be receiving preferred boarding for you and up to 4 companions on reservations for all American Airlines operated flights. So you will be able to board a little bit more quickly. And then finally, you're also going to be receiving $0 fraud liability. So if your card happens to fall out of your wallet and someone picks it up and spends hundreds or even thousands of dollars on it, you will not be held liable for those transactions because you did not authorize them. So those are the main features of this card at this point in time. We are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is either going to be 21.24%, 25.24%, or 29.99% depending on your credit worthiness. Now as far as balance transfers go, they have a great opportunity right now where you will have a 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months as long as you complete the balance transfer within the first 45 days. Now, why exactly would you do a balance transfer? Well, let's say for instance you have another credit card out there. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say a Capital One credit card and you're paying a lot of interest on it, and you have a super high balance in every single statement period. You're paying hundreds of dollars of interest. Well, in that case, you might consider transferring the balance from that card over to this card, and then for the first 15 months you will have a 0% APR, so it's going to allow you 15 months to pay that off in full and no longer have to pay any interest. However, of course, there are going to be some fees with that you'll definitely have to consider as well, which we will be covering in just a minute. Now, as far as cash advances go on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This should not be considered financial advice, of course, just something that I personally tried avoiding because of the super high APR plus a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to do a cash advance with this card, just know that your APR is going to be 29.99%, a whopping amount. Plus, of course, you're going to be paying some fees as well, which we are going to get into right now. So as far as the fees go on those cash advances, your fee on each cash advance is either going to be $10 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as those balance transfers go, even if you do complete it within the first 45 days and had that 0% APR, even if you do complete it within that time frame, just know that there is going to be a fee on those. That fee is either going to be $5 or 5% of the amount of each balance transfer, whichever happens to be greater. So if you do a $500 balance transfer, your fee in that case is going to be $25. Now, thankfully with this card, there are no foreign transaction fees. So if you do use it to travel abroad, it's one that you can definitely use with you because you will not be charged anything extra. There are no foreign transaction fees. Then as far as late or return payments, if you happen to pay late or have a return payment, there is going to be a fee of up to $40. Now this is why you might want to consider setting up auto pay, because life gets busy sometimes and better off just to have that automated, or set up a calendar with your payment dates. Just make sure that you're not paying late so you do not have that $40 fee. But if you do happen to slip up and pay late once or maybe even twice, you could always try calling into Barclays to see if they will waive that fee for a one or second time convenience. However, I definitely would not push your luck too much further past the second time paying late. You may get away with it the first or maybe even second time, but I really wouldn't push your luck too much further than the second time paying late. Then as far as the annual fee goes, once again, every single year with this card, you will be paying $99. So perhaps that is something that you will definitely have to consider every year moving forward, whether or not you're getting enough benefits back for paying for the $99 annual fee. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the biggest pros and drawbacks of this credit card. So we're going to be starting out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you will be earning those 60,000 miles as long as you're able to make one single transaction, one single purchase within the first 90 days of having this card. So you can buy a pack of gum, you can fill up with gas, $1 of gas, whatever purchase that you make, as long as you can make one within the first 90 days, as well as paying that $99 annual fee, this is very doable. 60,000 miles is pretty much a gift. That is the first good thing about this credit card. The second good thing, of course, is the fact that you will be receiving the first check bag for free for you, as well as for other companions. So in total, that could be up to $150 in value, since check bags domestically are going to be $30. Even more than that internationally. Then you're also going to be receiving up to $25 in statement credits on in-flight Wi-Fi purchases. You're also going to be receiving 25% back on in-flight purchases and beverages in the form of a statement credit. And then you also do not have any foreign transaction fees, so that is a definite perk as well. And then finally, for the first 15 months, you're going to have the introductory offer of a 0% APR on those balance transfers, so that could definitely be helpful as well. So those are the good things. At this point, we're going to go ahead and dive into the drawbacks. The first drawback, of course, is the fact of that $99 annual fee. So even though in the first year, you're going to be getting around $1,000 in flights from those 60,000 miles, as long as you make one single transaction, one single purchase within the first 90 days and pay that annual fee. The second year moving forward, you're really going to have to sit down and figure out whether or not you're getting enough back with this card to make paying $99 worth it every single year. Is it going to be worth it to you? You're going to have to sit down and figure that out. And then secondly, the fact that you're only going to be earning 2 miles per dollar spent on American airline transactions, and then 1 mile per dollar spent on everything else is quite poor. With most other credit cards out there in the market, you're going to be able to earn anywhere between 1.5 to 2 miles on pretty much every single transaction, so you're really not going to be able to rack up the miles too well with this card. But just to sum things up here, for the first year alone, just the fact that you are going to be earning those 60,000 miles very, very easily. Once again, you just have to make one single purchase in addition to paying the $99 annual fee, plus getting the first check back for free, plus the free Wi-Fi up to $25 in statement credits on Wi-Fi, plus the statement credits on in-flight purchases and beverages, the preferred boarding, everything else that would definitely make this card worthwhile for the first year. However, the second year moving forward, that's going to be completely up to you on whether or not this card would be worthwhile. Also, one other thing that you'll definitely have to consider is that you will be getting the $99 back every single year, basically, as long as you're able to spend at least $20,000, so that might actually be difficult for a lot of people to reach that spend goal. So it's going to be up to you whether or not it's going to be worth it for the second year moving forward. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.